Hi, Cancer. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a very awesome day. Happy first day of spring. Happy equinox. Happy New Year. It's a new zodiac year. We're going to be doing your reading for the second half of March 2025. Get you some insight, get some guidance, see what you need to know, look out for, be aware of. Of course, if this reading is helpful or insightful, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and private readings are available down below. Cancer, let's get into your reading. Let's see what your messages are. Show me clearly what's going on for Cancer for the second half of March 2025. We have the Sword as your first card out. Pretty pivotal stuff. Pivotal energy. Big switch. We have Eros. I'm not good with pronouncing. Oh my god, this card just keeps slipping out of my hand. Did you see that? It just kept flying out in my hand. And we also have the riddle. You're getting answers. You are getting some freaking truth, clarity. There's like a situation where lines are blurry. There's some blurred lines. We have Agape at the bottom, which is a card of love, unconditional love, giving without expecting anything. This is where there are energies coming together. There is some sort of bridging of gaps, but it's like is this a reading where there's somebody who you have a connection with? This may be more romantic or sexual, like a physical chemistry kind of connection here, but it's like there's question of like, well, what are we, or where is this headed, or where is this going, what are we doing here? There feels like there's some secrets. There feels here somebody, I hope that there's not affairs going on, because I'm really drawn to this not gold, this diamond. Maybe it's a golden ring with the diamond. Who knows? Maybe you have one of those. With the sword is all about cutting away. It's about clearing. It's about boundaries. It is drawing the line between, black and white. We see here, we have the storm coming in. It's very abrupt. This kind of feels like the Tower. It seems here you've cut something off, or someone off. You've been cut off, or you're doing the cutting. The first card that flew out was the Sword. So Cancer, I feel like you're the one doing the cutting, using your blade and severing some sort of tie. You could be making someone question what they did wrong. You may just not be interested anymore. What was at the bottom again? Agape and the shadow. So there's a relationship here that was triggering your shadow. This was an addictive, unhealthy, inconsistent kind of love here. This, you know how some people bring out the best side of you and some people bring out the worst side of you? This connection, although it could have been very passionate, there could have been a lot of romance, there could have been a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun and enjoyment, but there was always just confusion of where things were headed, where things were going. Things were up in the air. You may have a lot of questions about this connection, like what even is this connection? Why did this happen? Or you're wondering just things about why things are the way they are, or what is going to happen. The riddle is a card where it asks you to stop asking questions and let it unfold with time, but there is a mystery. There is a mystery to be solved. But yeah, Agape and the shadow, I feel here that if anything, dare I say, it wasn't love. Dare I say? That's a very bold claim to make at such an early, we're very early in this reading. It's very bold of me to claim, but I feel here love was either overshadowed or there was some sort of control or even deception. Wow, that's crazy. So going back to the Sword, this is also a card where you do have a chance to speak your truth. There may be a conversation, there may be a message. It comes in very sudden, very unexpected. But it's like, this is about clearing away the distortions, clearing away the blurred lines. This is now defining the future of you, the future of this path, this connection, where things are headed, where things are going. I don't think you're falling for someone's ways anymore. You know, the attention that they've given you, or if they buy you certain things, buy you, you know, jewels and gemstones and give you all that you want in a material way. That's not what you're looking for. You want to be loved and cherished. You want someone who will meet you in between, like meet you in the middle, 50-50, you know? Balance, reciprocation, true loyalty. Yeah, and you may be like questioning someone's loyalty here, or you've had doubts about this person's loyalty, or you know, trust has been a big issue for whoever I'm picking up on. And let me look at the riddle card. There's a lot of hands in the mix. There's a lot of different angles, lots of different hands, lots of different people. I feel like you could be getting a bunch of different stories or opinions about the situation. What is on my ring? Oh, I got lipstick on. I got lipstick on my ring. My moonstone. I just rubbed it off. It's like, what the hell is that? Okay. Well, let's get into the tarot. Wow, this is already very interesting. Very interesting. Show me clearly what's going on for Cancer in the second half of March 2025. Yeah, you want answers, or you're giving the answer. You're being very direct, maybe a little harsh. There is a bit of a game I'm seeing here. Chaos and the riddle. Someone's actions don't line up with what they say. They make all these beautiful promises, but it's just never truthful or honest. You just want the truth. You just want the answers. You just want someone to be straightforward with you, straight up. The Sun, Leo energy, which is nice energy to start the tarot section, but we do have the Nine of Wands. This is what you are standing up for. This is where you do need to really defend what makes you happy, defend your peace, defend your joy. This is where you need to protect yourself and do what's necessary to protect your happiness. All right, the Sun does call for celebration. I do see that in the second half of March, there's a lot of good things going your way. There's a lot of things that go according to your plan. You feel very optimistic about the future. It feels very positive. You have a very positive attitude with the things that you are dealing with, the people that you're dealing with, and just life circumstances. You feel very free-spirited, playful, very fun, very lighthearted. But just because you're in that energy does not mean that you're just going to fold or budge or, you know, let things just sweep it under the rug and just let it fly. You're not going to let shit fly. You're in this process of healing and getting stronger. You're getting better at setting boundaries, very good at setting boundaries, having a stronger backbone, and calling people out on their shit. High Priestess. What's your intuition telling you here? Well, your intuition is definitely telling you, like, protect yourself and listen to your gut. And your intuition could be telling you not to trust the individual, or telling you, like, hey, this isn't safe, or this isn't good for me. Let's see, High Priestess and Death. Something is changing, but this is internal. Like, as you're going through some sort of inner shift, it seems here that your whole reality is now mirroring that, or will be mirroring that in the coming weeks. You're going to start to see a lot of transitions and a lot of changes. And we have Pisces energy as well as Scorpio. So maybe you are dealing with a water sign. We are leaving Pisces season. Aries season's just begun. The sun is moving in Aries. So it's a new year. It's a new cycle. It's a new season. Spring, right? So it just looks like you refuse to go back to how it used to be. It looks like you finally found the strength to walk away, or to finally let something go that was such a struggle, and it hurt you a lot, right? Look at the damage, or not damage, sure, but he's got all these bandages, right? So you really just, you know what's for you, you know what isn't, you know what brings you joy, you know what disturbs your joy, you know what confuses you, you know all that. Like, it's so freaking clear. What is it? Look at this. Look. Look at that. All right, we have Temperance and the Five of Pentacles. So you're at peace with the situation. You may be out in the cold, or you put someone out in the cold. You're okay with that. You're actually happy about it. You're like, give them time to think. Or it's giving you time to think. Honestly, both ways. We have Sagittarius energy. Did I say that? I think I might have just repeated myself. It's Mercury retrograde. My brain is a little blurry brain. Blame it on Mercury retrograde. Okay. Five of Pentacles and Temperance. I'm seeing that the second half of March is giving you an opportunity to get your money and your finances in order, getting your ducks in a row, making business plans on how to strategize on furthering your success, especially if you've been feeling a bit stuck or stale or stagnant in your career, your work, you know, the money that's coming in, it's not as much as you want. Yeah, maybe you can pay the bills, or, well, typically Five of Pentacles is a card of struggle, but with Temperance, it's showing you're working your magic. You're able to kind of maneuver your way through this challenge and come out a winner. You have the ability to turn things around, 180-degree flip. So I don't think that this is like a super negative energy. I honestly think that with the cards you're being dealt with, you're handling it very well. So going back to what we were saying, because we have the first card was the Sun, right? And the Sun, it was the Sun, Temperance, and the Five of Pentacles. You have removed someone from your life, and they feel your absence. They feel the lack of the sun, like, and I know Cancer is ruled by the moon, right? You guys are in the lunar energy, but it's like you removed this warmth from their life, and now someone's out in the cold and they're freezing, and they're just wishing that, you know, they could have just a taste of your energy, just a little bit. They miss you. They miss your happiness, your energy, your warmth, your caring nature, your compassion. You're very gentle. You're fun to be around. Somebody misses the heck out of you. They're feeling your absence. Big time. Big fucking time. What did they do? What did they do? Well, and the moon at the bottom. We have that lunar, no, sorry. We had the lunar eclipse a couple weeks ago in Virgo. We have the solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th. All right. There's something coming up about that. Okay, let's see. The moon with Page of Wands and Justice. Well, around this solar eclipse, there's some sort of offer that comes in. Can we get a little bit of insight as to this? You have I think you got multiple, honestly. 8 of Wands, you got multiple options, offers coming in, opportunities that you have yet to explore. It's something that excites you. It's something that fulfills you. Maybe you never really gave it much thought that this would happen or that this opportunity would come up, but it's something that gets you in a really good mood, or it's like, now, hold on, because there's someone who may want to actually reach out to you and bring justice to a situation, or try to right their wrongs with you. If you're not on the best of terms with somebody, right, and they're out in the cold, there may actually be somebody who wishes to try to reconnect. Now, we are in the retrograde season, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. It will possibly bring up people from your past. Just a little heads up, just a little warning. Yeah, someone wants to know if you'll forgive them. Show me clearly what's going on for Cancer, second half of March 2025. This deck doesn't want to shuffle anymore. What's going on for Cancer? 3 of Swords. Someone's in pain. Someone is suffering. Someone is really just in their feelings. Someone is so in their feelings. Lovers at the bottom. Gemini energy. The Chariot and the Knight of Cups. So someone has a lot of love for you. But the Chariot can indicate that someone ran away, or there's distance, or someone's having to bridge the gap. When we look at the Lovers, there actually is this huge split in the ground, and it's telling me that in order for things to get back on track, someone has to get out of the cold, or possibly like be brave enough to knock on the door and possibly face rejection. Someone's afraid of being rejected. Wow, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Someone's seriously just like in the feels big time. Is this your energy, Cancer? Is this your energy? Who knows? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. But yeah, the 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, someone's definitely feeling a lot of regret, feeling a lot of remorse, wishing things were different, wishing they could go back in time and change their actions or apologize sooner. Someone thinks it's too late, or they worried that they fucked things up. Oh, I just knocked this card by accident. Page of Pentacles. I think I knocked it. It was in the reverse, which is telling me that someone thinks they missed their chance or opportunity with you. Yeah. You could be dealing with another Cancer. We also have Gemini energy out here, as well as some water. Okay. Yeah, I just get heavy, regretful energy. We have the Emperor coming out here. Aries, right? We have that solar eclipse in Aries. I feel like this reading is like bouncing back and forth between like you and someone else, and then you and your work and your career, because the Emperor is somebody who is hardworking. They are super skilled. They are a master at their craft. They are somebody who is very dependable, reliable, and they get the job done. Very, very successful person. This is probably, I would say this is you, Cancer. You're very successful. You're very hardworking. You guys are very talented individuals. And it seems here that you have reached some kind of accomplishments over these next couple of weeks. There's a big accomplishment worth celebrating. Now, if we switch gears a little bit, we go back to this whole relationship thing. Someone could be taking accountability for their actions. We have Leo energy at the bottom, a lot of fire. We have all the fire signs out here, Aries, Sag, Leo, literally in the major arcana. So that's interesting. So there could be somebody who is taking accountability or taking responsibility for their actions and for their mistakes or for their fuck ups, right? If this is you, you're doing that. You're taking a look at what happened, what went wrong, and you are, admitting it to yourself, to other people. Like, you are owning it. So that's very respectful. Like, I really respect that. I honor that, because there's a lot of people who will not fucking accept what they did, and they just blame and put the finger, like, sometimes we're the problem. I've been the problem. I'm the first to admit it, right? None of us are perfect. I'm sure you've been the problem at some point in your life too. It's okay, right? We're human. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. But some people just refuse to take accountability, and they oh my God, we don't need to talk about that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so. And the thing is, you never see the Emperor vulnerable. I think if this is representing someone you're dealing with, or if we're talking about you, however this resonates, but this person, they do not come across emotional. You probably don't, if this is someone you're dealing with, you're probably like, yeah, they don't give a fuck, they don't care. And they come across that way. Don't get me wrong. They definitely play it off like they don't give a fuck. They're just working on their business, their career, their own life. And they are. Don't get me wrong. They are. But they are shielding themselves, and they are hiding how they actually feel. This individual is in pain. This individual is suffering. This individual feels lonely, feels like no one else gets you the way this is what they're saying. It's like, no one gets me the way you do, Cancer. Nobody understands me or loves me or cherished me the way that you do or did, right? Never had a love like this. Never had a love like this. You know that song? That's such an old song. Oh my God. But yeah. And now this is where they at. So Strength, 3 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. Somebody here. because this is pairing us with the Emperor. So let's talk about you for a second. I'm gonna give all possible interpretations, okay? So this is about you. You have a lot of solid connections in your life or coming into your life in the near future. People who respect you, people who love you, people who cherish you, people who respect you and celebrate you and are there for you during your highs and during your lows. These are people who want to see you succeed, want to see you thrive, want the very best for you, and the same, you want the very best for them. This is a very beautiful, harmonious energy of soul family, friendship, love, romance, all that good stuff. This is beautiful, all right? And that's great. Another way we can look at this, because I feel like we're jumping around this reading. It's kind of hard for me to follow. Hopefully you can follow, because I feel like I'm just jumping around from here to there to this to who to that to but whatever, we gotta roll with it. If this is bringing back up someone from your past, I'm like, whatever, it's funny as fuck. I don't normally do these type of readings, but when they come out, they come out. I can't lie, I'm not gonna bullshit it. But if this is someone from your past, they would like to get back on board or back on your good side. Okay? And if they do, they're gonna have to really own up their shit and make some changes and boss the fuck up. I think you've taught someone a very valuable lesson. What's going on for Cancer? What's going on for Cancer? Second half of March 2025. 5 of Swords. And this fellow on Temperance with the Sun. With the King of Pentacles at the bottom. Also, this card sticking out, King of Swords. Heavy masculine energy. I feel like someone was threatened by you. Threatened by you. Threatened by your confidence. Threatened by, like, oh my goodness, I'm just dropping these cards. I honestly do feel like someone is bothered that you're at peace, that you've made peace, that you're healing, that you have moved on with your life, you're happy, and I think that someone looks back with regret because, well, I can't say why, unless the cards tell me, and so far I'm not really getting an explanation, y'all, but yeah, it looks like you've healed, you've recovered. You're in this process of recovering, but I think for the most part, this is just like a scar that has faded. You can barely see it just briefly in certain lighting, or when you really look up close, like this wound, this hurt that you have, you really just, you turn that anger, sadness, frustration around into something powerful. You transmute that energy into, you know, something you can create for yourself, a better life, better self, health, mentality, spirituality, financially, you know, like you really truly use this as a big opportunity to advance to a higher level. And I do think that someone didn't expect that, or they underestimated you. And I think this person probably thought that you were always gonna be stuck on them, and that they got like a rise from that. They thought that like it just fed their ego, because the 5 of Swords can definitely represent that battle of the ego. Look at the 3 of Swords, by the way. He's holding 3 of Swords, of which we see the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. 2 5s in this reading, by the way. Maybe you're seeing 5 5 5. So King of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and the Empress. Yeah, again, like this is me repeating myself. We don't even have the world. This is me repeating myself, where you use this experience as a way to level up your life. This has taught you a lot of what you're looking for in your relationships and friendships and romance and even business, right? Maybe you're now, you gain a lot of wisdom and you're like, okay, like if I go to do business with someone, I know these things better now, or I will avoid these things, or this is what I'll do differently, right? So yeah, you've truly elevated from this experience. And the cycles come to an end. So yeah, I feel like this solar eclipse energy that we are getting closer to, this is closing of a big door, a big chapter in your life. And it's just freeing. Very freeing. It's like you've solved the riddle, going back to the archetype cards, the sword to the riddle. You've been able to solve this mystery. It sounds silly, but you've been able to see things for what it really is, because there were certain like attachments or, you know, attractions, and it blinded you possibly. Right? We all know love can blind. We all know attachments can blind. And yeah, it's just crazy how that works, right? And I just think that this month has been very eye-opening for you. Alright, well, let's look into this Five of Pentacles. Let's see what this is about, since it's here. Five of Pentacles for Cancer. Why is this in Cancer's reading? We have the Tower. You know how I said at the beginning of the reading, I was like, have you, like, are you cutting someone off? Or did you recently cut somebody off? Or, cause again, I was saying the Tower with this card, the sword, is like, it's very abrupt. I feel like you abruptly ended something or walked away, or you had enough, you put your foot down. And it did shock somebody. Somebody who thought very highly of themselves. You've knocked someone off their high horse. You knocked them off their high horse. Holy shit. I mean, we're clarifying the Five of Pentacles. We're dealing with a King of Pentacles here. So this could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. But this is somebody who you even thought that they were a lot better than they actually were, or what they actually are. I think that you had this vision of them, the way you've seen them. You thought that they were all that at some point. But I feel like someone's mask came falling down, or it just seems here by you removing yourself from this person's life, their whole life just came crashing down, or they, like, this person's high horse, right? They fell off. Someone fell off. This person, let's see, we have Queen of Cups at the bottom. And the Four of Swords. And here, look, this is your energy, Cancer. This is Cancer energy. You look at you, you're just at peace. You're just healing. You're like, la, 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 la. I'm chilling. I'm resting. Meanwhile, this person's like fucking going through it. Going through it. Maybe I'm also just getting an energy of someone maybe lost a job. Yikes. Okay, anything else about this Five of Pentacles? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Alright, we have the Six of Wands. We have the High Priestess reverse. I feel like this person's embarrassed. Temperance reverse. This is somebody who, look, when we have the Lovers again, this is someone who's energetically connected to you. You may have thought they were your soulmate. Or had, oh, fuck's sake. The Lovers, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles is the same fucking cards. It's the same shit. Oh my goodness. And then we even have the Fool under there, which is indicating this person would probably like to have a fresh start with you. I do get a bit of a desperate energy. This person, I do, again, remember what I was saying earlier with the Emperor? It's like, this is somebody who you would never guess that they're going through it. They protect themselves from being very vulnerable, or like, you know, you never see the Emperor cry or get emotional or sappy and all touchy-feely, right? And so with the Six of Wands, I do feel that this person's trying to play it off like they're fine, they're cool. Yeah, life's a little crazy right now, but, you know, they're fine, they're thriving, they're great. I do think that this person really cares a lot about how they appear, other people's opinions, their judgment. This person, I would, you know what? I feel like this person has a lot of confidence issues, or like insecure. High Priestess reverse and the Temperance reverse, I do think that this is somebody who gets very impatient with themselves, with other people. This is somebody who likes to be in control, likes to be the one who calls the shots, makes the decisions, and because you took this decision away from them, you pulled the rug out from under their feet. It really messed with them. This is somebody who does not trust their intuition. They actually go against their intuition. I think this person worries so much about what everybody else says, and instead of listening to what their own intuition says, what their own heart says, what their own feelings are, like this person really just listens to everybody. You know what we were saying with the riddle? This card and how all these different hands and all these different opinions and perspectives and yeah, just like external energy that definitely got in the way here. I feel like someone screwed up big time. And so why is the Three of Swords here? Nine of Swords at the bottom. Why is the Three of Swords here for Cancer? Oh my gosh, so many cards. Five of Wands. So this person is definitely not at peace. Look, now we've had 555 in this reading. This person is not at peace. This person is definitely going through this inner turmoil of what happened, what they did, regret, anger, you know, pissed off for sure. Then what else we got? Nine of Wands. We've seen that earlier. That came out with the Sun, though, for you. When we're just talking, before we started talking about this other person, when we were talking about you and how you set your boundary, you like put your foot down, I think that really surprised them, or it created just like this rise within them. Like it made them angry, it pissed them off. Let's see here. We have the look, Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords. We've seen this earlier. This is so funny. And then we have the Three of Swords reverse. This is the combination of you, Cancer, how you are healing. You are at peace. You are no longer bothered. You have accepted and surrendered and embraced this change. You have made a decision to set a boundary, to remove yourself, to no longer entertain some foolery, bullshit, blurred lines like we were saying at the beginning of the reading. And because you did that, they're like, it feels like the tables have turned. You used to feel this way about them, honestly. I think from what we've seen earlier, the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, I'm sure you probably felt this at some point in this connection, this relationship, one way, somehow, someday, a while back. Maybe yesterday, I don't know. I'm sure at some point you felt this way. You felt abandoned. You felt like you didn't belong, or that you didn't matter, that you were unimportant, that this, you know, why don't they care? Why don't they check up on me? Or why aren't they trying? Or why am I not good enough? You are good enough, right? You are more than enough. This person's now mirroring those thoughts that you once felt. They're getting a taste of their own medicine, basically. And this is the eclipse season. Karma doing its thing, right? What goes around comes around. And that's exactly what happens during eclipse season. Everybody getting their fair share. Whatever they put out is going to be dished right back to them. So yeah, I do think that there's someone here who's heavily struggling with this, and it is, could they be going through an ego death? Fuck if I know. Emperor, let's see why the Emperor is here. Queen of Wands, kind of the Emperor. For Cancer. Why is the Emperor here for Cancer? Six of Pentacles reverse just flew out. Emperor for Cancer. Queen of Pentacles reverse. And then these two cards fell out. Or is it three? Two cards, and it fell out on the Five of Swords from earlier. Five of Swords with the Five of Swords. Can't make this shit up. This happened twice now in this reading. And also the Sun. And what the actual fuck? I swear to God. This happens so many times. And I've been reading tarot for many years. And every single time it happens, I'm still blown. My mind's still freaking blown. How? Out of all the cards. How? How do you give me the exact same ones? What? That's insane. So yeah, again, I think someone's getting a taste of their medicine, facing regrets. Now they have to look at themselves, and in a way, you have mirrored them, what they did to you. Now they have to face the consequences. Now, like, things are very, you basically went from giving, extending, tolerating, settling, and then all of a sudden you just pulled back your energy because look at the fucking imbalance here. But now this person, I would say they probably see you as someone who's selfish, but you're not. You ain't. You just had enough. Yeah, I feel like this person doesn't respect you, but it's because they don't even respect themselves. Emperor with Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed. This is somebody who just kind of moves around from one thing to another, to another, to another. They're not stable. What the fuck is this reading? What the actual heck? Oh my goodness. Four of Cups is at the bottom. We gotta wrap this up. The Knight of Wands and then the Four of Wands. This, oh my god, look, 44. Maybe this person's 44 years old, but they still acting childish. I think that this person feels heavily rejected by you, and they'll probably try to make a return at some point, seeing if you'll let them back in. What's underneath the Four of Wands? Ace of Cups. Yeah, and underneath that, Two of Pentacles. Then it's like balls in your court. They're hoping that you'll chase them. But you're not. You're done chasing. You ain't playing those games. Well, giving a little taste of their own medicine, huh? Well, yeah, now they're wondering. Now you got them questioning everything. But the thing is, you're being direct, you're being truthful, you've said this before, now you're just following through with action. Well, that's where I'm going to leave your reading. I hope that this helps. I hope this makes sense for whoever resonates with this. What a wacky reading, but yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate you. I hope you have a very wonderful day, and I'll see you later, Cancer. Bye.